kicked down here in my ribs, and my kids were taken from me. And those kids came out of my vagina.
Okay.
My ear, about took my ear off.
He tried to commit suicide with my children in the house. You're listening to a criminal.
On June 18th, 2023, officers responded to a residence following a report of an intoxicated woman neglecting her children. The situation escalated from an argument over alcohol to the woman stabbing her husband with a knife and threatening family members and neighbors.
Ma'am.
You need to walk away.
Ma'am.
My children were taken from my home. I have primary custody. None of these do. They came into my home, they took my children, they walked them up here. If I do not give my children, I am pressing charges.
Okay. Well, where do you live at? Hey, okay.
Right there. Shut up.
Hey, you're talking to me.
Okay.
So, what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Amanda Robertson.
All right, so what happened? What led up to all this?
Me and my fiance were drinking. He got physical. I mean, I can show you the cuts and shit all over my feet.
You said Robertson or Robinson?
Robertson.
Spell it
His
for me.
His name is Timothy Daniel.
Okay.
He actually has a court date next month.
Spell your last name for me.
Roberson. We've both been drinking. My kids are taken care of. I honestly don't know what led up to it. I'm pretty sure he broke my ankle. To be very honest with you, It's really hard to walk. They took my kids from me. I have primary custody. He's not even on the birth certificate. Him and these two neighbors over here came down to my house, escorted my children out of my home. This was one of my neighbors who was trying to help escalate it all and be like, hey, this is what y'all need to do. Calm down, blah, blah, blah. They were fantastic. These neighbors came down, took my f***ing children, and walked them up here. The guy right here, named Timothy Daniel, he has a court date next month for beating the shit out of me.
Okay. So
all I want is my children. They will not give them to me. They have threatened to have me arrested.
So how did you hurt your ankle?
Because he shoved me down and grabbed me by my throat.
Where at on your throat?
I don't know if you couldn't even see it. I stood up immediately and I told Lisa to get out of my house. She would not leave my house. She told me that y'all were going to take my children. That she was going to take my children regardless. Ray?
Ma'am.
Ray?
I need to know.
Would you and Kristen mind coming out here, please? I'm being told that I was neglecting my children.
Was all this, did it all happen inside the house or outside? Okay.
Inside. He brought all the neighbors down. They all took my children, which he doesn't even have rights to, out of my home.
Is it y'all's children together?
It's our children together, but he is not legitimized. They are my children.
Are y'all married?
No.
No? Just dating?
Yes.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
4 years.
Okay. Now,
he was told not to. He did anyways. She told me she would have me arrested if I tried to take my children. He not only stomped on my ribs and punched me in the throat and grabbed me by the throat, but he continuously was assaulting me so that I could not take my children.
Okay.
We have a defects order open right now because of this situation. All he wanted was my kids. They're my kids. He has no legal rights. They have no legal rights. And they all came down and walked into my house bombarding me, trying to take my children.
You don't remember what the argument started about?
No. There was no reason for it to start. But I can tell you I can barely breathe because I was kicked right here. I'm not trying to show you anything in particularly degrading. Okay. I was kicked in my ribs. I was kicked in the side of my ribs. I was kicked down here in my ribs. And my kids were taken from me. And those kids came out of my vagina, not theirs.
Okay. Let's lower our tone, okay?
I can't even stand on my left leg right now because the one in the blue shirt.
Are you wanting an ambulance?
I'm sorry?
Do you want an ambulance?
I don't want an ambulance, but I do want my children.
Okay.
And if they don't give me my children, then I'm going to press charges against Jackson County.
Let me get this straight. So y'all had an argument
inside
the house.
Yes.
And then he left.
Yes. And he came and got all the neighbors involved.
And then that's when they came and got the kids out of the house?
They all came down. They all took my kids. They all told me to go myself.
How many kids?
I have 2 boys.
2 boys?
I have an autistic 3-year-old in a DFAX case from his dad trying to commit suicide from Xanax.
Okay, so how do you spell his first name?
I'm sorry. Can I please sit down?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he stomped on my ankle and I really can't.
So where were the kids at when all this happened?
My kids were asleep.
Did they wake up from it, or?
Not until Dad started making the point that the neighbors were going to take my children out of the house.
Okay.
We've already discussed that if Dad pulled any more of this, that he would be subject to a temporary protective order against the children.
Okay.
Body camera memory is full, so it's no longer recorded.
Do I?
They've taken my children. Can my children please come home with me now?
Not just yet.
Okay, that makes no sense because they're strangers and he's not legitimate as a father.
The sense is being made because right now we're investigating a domestic dispute. So right now we're keeping everybody where we're at before we do anything.
But my children can be in the hands of somebody who
and your
they don't
children's
belong
inside
to.
right now, safe. Okay?
They're not safe.
They are safe.
I don't know these people. That does not make them safe.
Okay, well right now, until we get done with our investigation, this is what's going to happen.
Okay, when she started drinking, she got violent.
Hold the door shut.
Got into, she was busting the doors down. I poured her vodka out, is why she got mad initially. So she went to the change jar and she went back to the liquor store and I guess got more vodka. And when she came back, she was drunk and belligerent. She then kicked the doors in and everything else, put her hands on me.
Did you run everybody?
Not yet.
That's when the next stuff happened and everything else, and she was choking me. I pushed her off of me. She jumped on my back. I fell on the ground. Pretty sure I broke my hand when I fell. She latched onto my ear and
Well, like
took
her
my ear
hand?
off. No, she bit me. She bit my ear, about took my ear off. And after all that happened, I left and I went to Brazelton Police Department. And I didn't call anybody. I just wanted a consult on what I could do. In all honesty, I was scared for my children's sake or my sake, seeing as I'm on probation. So, and when I got back, apparently the neighbors had to wheel her back in on that wagon while I was gone because she was unconscious in the driveway. When I got back, I went back down in there and she was already belligerent and stuff again. They had my youngest son. She didn't even know where he was. And my 3-year-old was still down there. And she was still raising hell and belligerent. So I came back up here and Kristen, the neighbor, went down there to go try and console her and talk to her and everything else. And apparently she passed out again. And she called us up there. She said she needed help. So me and Lisa went down there. And she was unconscious on the floor. So Lisa picked her up and was trying to get her conscious again and everything else. And she told her that she had to call the police, that they were going to come take the kids and everything else, which pissed her off. So she got up and started putting her hands on Lisa. And I pushed her off of Lisa. And I got my son and I got him dressed and I brought him out of there and brought him to the neighbor's house. Actually, she was holding him when she came out of the house and she came after her again. And that's when I blocked her from trying to hit her and she hit the porch right there. And then we've been up here ever since and I called you guys.
Okay. Was there ever a weapon, knife, anything like that?
She stabbed me with a kitchen knife.
How did she do that? Like, what was
It was just a kitchen knife. She just grabbed the knife and came at me and stabbed me.
underhand, overhand?
Overhand.
Okay. Has this happened in the past?
Yep.
How many times before?
A couple. With the drinking and the getting violent.
Okay, what does all this start over?
It was literally just drinking. I told her I was going to poker tonight. It's Father's Day. She didn't like that and got mad.
Okay. And then that's when the fight ensued?
Well, that's when she started cussing and calling me names and everything else. And I was like, look, it's alcohol every single time. And I went and I dumped the alcohol. And that's when she started getting madder and she left and she went and got more alcohol. And when she came back, that's when it was the blind rage. She didn't come back with any alcohol.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she drank that before she got back.
Where'd the marks come from on her?
She's got marks on her neck area. I pushed her off of me as she was choking me.
Okay.
And I pushed her off of me multiple times as she's coming at me with a knife.
Is that how she hurt her legs as well? Or
that, or when she hit the porch just a second ago when I blocked her, she was trying to attack Lisa. I don't know where the leg one came from. I did push her off of me multiple times as she came at me with that knife.
Okay. And it's y'all's children together, correct?
Yes. Legally, she is still married. They are my children, but because she is still married, they were not allowed to give them my last name, which she likes to use on that aspect, but they're my kids.
Can I see your hands?
Let me guess, he told you I hit him.
Well, I mean, how did he get marks on him? I understand how you got marks on you, but how did he get marks on him?
A small stab wound.
He literally walked out with her as she threatened me as the police were coming.
Okay.
I don't know how he got marks on him. You can see my hands. There's no marks on my hands, so I mean, clearly my feet are beat up from him dragging me. I mean, I can't do that to myself, clearly.
Okay. Again, do you want to talk to the med unit while they're here?
No, I'm okay. My kids are not going to be included because of a bitch that doesn't know what's going on. And him, who is literally lied to you guys every time y'all came out.
Okay.
He literally tried to commit suicide not even 2 months ago and has a court date coming up for it because he tried to attack me to the point my kid's stepfather broke his jaw and he had to have reconstructive facial surgery.
Okay. Well, since you're denied a med unit, okay, you're going to be placed under arrest for family violence, battery, and aggravated assault.
How am I being arrested for that when he literally put his hands on me?
Put your hands behind your back.
Where are my kids going? Where are my kids going when he put his hands on me?
Well, they are his kids.
They are not his kids.
Then we'll call defects.
Okay, call defects then. They're calling defects, TJ. Congratulations for lying about putting your hands on me.
Come on.
I did not put my hands on him first.
You don't have to put him on first, but it's called a predominant aggressor.
What does that mean?
Predominant aggressor means that y'all are both equally involved in the initial or primary, but predominant means...
I walked a little slower because he kind of broke my ankle, sprained my ankle, something. That's bullshit. He came and he put his hands on me and I walked away. So why am I being the one arrested?
Because he's got marks on him.
And so do I.
Yep.
Look
and
at my feet.
I'm going to notate that. Hold on 1 second.
Back and my leg is fucked up from him
Put
dropping.
your foot back out.
You're losing your kids.
Both kids are at that neighbor's house. Did you know that?
They're my kids.
Okay, they're at that neighbor's house where you let them.
Because my neighbors told me
you thought they were in here.
Because the woman that is sitting on the porch told me she was gonna take my children and to f myself.
Okay. So you don't want to leave your kids with your boyfriend?
No. He has no rights to those children.
Wait, that's a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is he not daddy?
So, is he the one, the baby's actual father? Yes or no?
Not on documentation, so I'm
yes or
gonna say no.
Not on documentation. Biological, yes.
Not legitimized.
They're biologically mine. But because she was married at the hospital during COVID era and everything else, they could not take my last name. They had to take her last name, which is his last name.
What time did all this start?
Yeah, about 6, a little before 6. Can you fill me in a little bit? I'm kind of panicking.
Well, that's what I'm trying to call right now. You gotta make sure.
I can't keep my kids.
Do what?
I can't keep my kids.
I've got to call and confirm that.
I didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be.
Right now, I'm trying to figure it out.
I didn't know if y'all were taking me. That's why I was scared to call y'all in the first place.
No, because the way Family Violence Act works in Georgia is it no longer goes by a primary aggressor, it goes by a predominant aggressor. Okay, because I can determine she's a predominant aggressor or mean a more violent.
That's what the guy at Brazelton was telling me, that it's gotten complicated in the last year or so.
So, no, in this case, not both of you's going to go.
Okay. I'm not understanding on why I wouldn't be able to have my kids. I mean, I understand because it's difficult on the aspect of them not having my last name and me not being legitimized. They've been in my care for 3 years.
I get that, but legitimacy works the majority of the time here. So that's why I got to call and see. All right, so I'm just waiting on DFAS to give me a call back. So it's going to be a minute, okay?
Can I please talk to you for a second?
What do you got?
We're already dealing with defects. I am the primary caregiver. Those kids are in my custody. That's not even a legalized father that you're leaving my children with.
What did I say?
You didn't see anything.
I did. I said I'm waiting on DFAS to call me back.
Can you please loosen these just a little bit? Then I'm not going to try to run, but I can't move.
You can't move?
I can't move my arms.
Okay, listen, okay?
These are my babies.
Hey,
sir.
If you turn your body and you kind of turn this way with your whole body, that way your back's not pushing up against the handcuffs. It makes it a lot better.
It's my broken wrist. I don't want to talk about it. I've been beaten a lot.
Okay.
And he's one of them. It hurts.
Okay.
It hurts really bad. And I will try. But please, I am begging you. Please do not take my kids.
You say you don't want us to take your kids?
No.
So you don't want defects involved now?
Defects is already involved.
Okay, do you want...
Because of him, he tried to commit suicide with my children in the house.
Do you want the kids to go to defects, or do you want to leave them with the father?
They're not staying with the father, no.
Well, then they gotta go somewhere.
Okay, then they'll go to defects. He's an abuser.
Okay, then that's what
He
I'm doing.
abuses me in front of the children.
Do you not have any other family around here?
No. And he lost his oldest child from being an abusive father to the mother there, too. And the neighbor who wants to run her mouth just came down there trying to be helpful to turn around and tell me she's calling y'all.
Well, I mean...
I'm telling you, my kids were asleep. They were okay. I don't understand what is going on.
I gotta call defects. Hold on.
Okay. Look, I know you can be scared of me. You don't have to be. Oh my kids are my life.
Okay.
My son is autistic. He can't speak. I am his lifeblood. My youngest is barely starting to speak. I did nothing wrong. I did not do anything wrong. I did not get physical. I did not get hostile. I did not do any of that. All I asked him to do was leave me alone. And he headbutted me and he stomped me in my ribs and he choked me. And I still let it go. If I would have called y'all, I would not be at the point of my wrist being cut into right now. But he took my phone. So I didn't have the option. So my kids.
Ma'am, I'm looking at the handcuffs right now, and you have plenty of room on both of them.
You think so? You've
already slid them up to your palms.
Do you want to see the lines on my arms?
You've already slid them up to your palms. I can see where they're moving. I have actually. Thank you very much.
When?
In our training.
Okay. Well, this is not loose.
That is loose. When they wiggle up and down, and I can fit my pinky in between them, they are loose.
So basically what you're going to tell me is you're going to listen to him, and you're going to listen to the female who drinks alcohol on a regular and fights with her husband. The other female that drives around drunk on a 24/7 basis.
I listen to both of y'all.
You're not listening to none of us. I'm the only one in the car in handcuffs. And he's out there and body slammed me, punched me in the face, stomped me in the ribs.
With physical testimony,
called you.
With physical evidence, I can determine that you're the predominant aggressor.
Really?
Correct.
And I did not put my hands on him. Once.
Okay.
Not even once.
Okay.
So you're wrong.
I'm wrong?
You are. You're listening to a criminal. Somebody who has felonies and misdemeanors over somebody
I've listened to you too, right?
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
How have I not?
Because you're sitting here telling me that you heard everything he had to say. I have no criminal record. Try that again.
I don't need to look at criminal record. I look at what happened right now.
What happened right now?
And that'll be in the report.
It won't be.
It will be.
It won't be. It'll be false accusations because you don't know what happened because you didn't get my side of the story.
I've got your side of the story multiple times and it's been recorded on body camera. And audio.
Congratulations.
So there's two different audios.
Congratulations. My story has not changed.
Okay.
They watched him literally stomp me in the ribs and did nothing about it.
Okay.
Close the door. Look, you can wipe it, whatever. I mean, I don't care if you grab it here. That's not long enough. It's all over. It's going to be all over the back seat of your car.
That's fine.
John.
Hold on. Let me see if I got. Let me see if.
Stomp on my ribs and I'm the one going to jail.
Hold on.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm legitimately asking, what is the precautions of a man stomping on a woman's ribs? How do you handle that? Because you're going off of hearsay from somebody who was there less than 4 minutes. I got marched to prove it. How are you going to handle that before I take an attorney to court on this?
I've taken your side of the story. I took in his side of the story.
You have not taken my whole side of the
Based
story.
off the totality of
You put me in handcuffs before you even spoke to me.
Are you going to let me talk, or are you going to? No, I did not.
You did. You did.
I put you in handcuffs before I
You put
talked
me
to
in
you.
handcuffs after listening to 4 folks sitting on that porch that have no clue what they're talking about.
I sat there and talked to you.
You can say ma'am all you want. That does not change it. I'll talk to Kimberly.
So it's going to be bad for you. But I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get here. But that's what you're looking at. And then once the caseworker...
What am I looking at?
Do what?
They're coming to get the kids?
Mm-hmm. Once the caseworker gets here, you can talk to the caseworker. And if they deem you fit, they might leave him with you. But they're going to interview you as well and talk to you about it all.
Just remember the long game. It ain't about the short game. Okay?
Can I go see my kids, please?
Do what?
Can I go see and
I'm about to take her once we get him over.
Call them, ask him, do you have their direct number?
Whose?
DFAX.
I got the one that just called. She don't know the ETA. She's going to get the closest one to us.
Ask her if he's allowed to obviously sit with the kids. I don't see an issue
Hey,
with it.
Mason,
But
because they got to get up.
if it's out of our hands, I just need authorization.
Real quick question. Is there going to be an issue with him just sitting with the kids until y'all get here? Yeah. Okay.
He wanted to make sure they understood the 3-year-old is autistic.
He's autistic. He's never knows anything but me, his mother. He's gonna panic.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right.
Look at me for 1 second. Look at me. Hey, bud.
Chill out.
Look at me for 1 second.
Give me a second.
Here.
She said no. So.
I can't even see them?
Not.
Let's wait till they get here. Okay? Understand, how your kids see you is how they're going to react. Okay? If it's bad news on your face, that's how they're going to react. Okay? It's hard. Being a father is hard. It is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Just remember, it's all about the kids. It ain't about you. It ain't about their mama. It's all about you. Or it's all about the kids.
All
Okay?
about the kids, yeah.
Can you please explain me why I've not been read my rights or what I'm being arrested for?
I advised you what you're being arrested for. I do not have to read you Miranda because I have not questioned you after I've taken you into custody.
You do have to read me my rights.
I actually don't unless I'm going to question you about anything while you are being detained or in custody.
So you don't have to tell me why I'm being detained. You can just take
I did. As you were sitting down,
What did you say then?
I said you were being placed under arrest for family violence, battery, aggravated assault, and cruelty to children in the third.
Battery when I put my hands on nobody. When I had 4 neighbors at my house telling me that they were calling the police and taking my kids. Alright. Let's go to court on this.
Yeah, she just admitted that they smoke in the house.
No, I didn't say they. Don't change my words. You're being recorded, douchebag. I said he. I said he is smoking one in the house. Let's not add detrimental shit to that thing in your job. This is my first rodeo. Neither is it yours. I'll work with you when you work with me. You want to be petty? I'll be petty. Thank you. I appreciate it. Are you going to wipe it for me?
I did already once.
No, you didn't. Don't lie. No, the you didn't. You're on camera. Let's remember
Yeah, and I
that.
saved this napkin from when I did it earlier.
No, you did not.
Okay.
Nice try, though. Body cam right there. Let's do this. Let's do this, babe.
What are you charging her?
I'm taking. Sit up.
Later.
Do what?
Just later. I'm putting to your back seat.
No, I'm taking you. Just don't piss now. Okay?
Where are you taking me?
To the jail.
Okay, well, I'm going to piss in your back seat before we get there.
What are you charging her with?
30-minute ride. I can't hold it.
Ag.
Ag assault, battery, and cruelty to children.
Thanks.
Cruelty to children? Ha ha! Good luck. Prove it, motherfucker. Cruelty to children. I wish you would. I wish you would try to charge me
4114
with that.
radio. 10951 female to S2. Starting miles and ready.
Children as in how? So you're gonna lie too? I ain't gonna start kicking. I
Sit up for me. Sit up for me, please. Ma'am.
Later, 170 stitches later, my vagina can't wait.
We're almost at the jail.
We're not though.
Well, we are, and then you can get out. You can get out of the handcuffs, and you can utilize the latrine as comfortable as possible.
I can't hear you.
I said you'll be at the jail shortly, and then you can get out of your handcuffs, and you can use the bathroom as comfortable.
Oh, so you want me to piss it on my legs?
No, you're gonna sit on a toilet.
A dirty toilet, you little bitch, never clean.
No, a clean toilet.
Piss in your back seat.
They have very clean
No,
toilets.
they don't. I've been there. Don't lie.
They clean them every day.
That's a lie.
They do.
That's a lie. You gotta hold like 15 seconds before I can't hold it.
Ma'am, I'm at a red light.
Okay, that's not my problem. You have no reason to arrest me. I didn't get physical, I didn't get violent, nothing. So, not my problem to it. You know, you men think your d*** is bigger than everybody else's. Have some consideration.
Man, the size of my phallus doesn't take in any consideration.
Because you didn't even ask me what happened. You
Low battery.
told me, well, I got shoe prints in my goddamn ribs, which I'm going to report to your supervisor and see how that works out for you.
Low
Would you like to speak to him at the jail?
Yes, I would.
Oh, okay.
I already know how to too. I don't need you.
I'm sorry.
I said I don't need you. You were more than welcome to walk away.
So would you like for the supervisor to be at the jail when you get there?
Sure.
Low battery.
And I'll let him know that I didn't get to speak. I'll put handcuffs.
Go ahead.
Which means you failed. You just let him walk and get the out of me.
Low battery.
And arrested me. Because you didn't listen. Funny how that works.
The woman was charged with aggravated assault, battery, cruelty to children, third degree, and terroristic threats and acts felony.